feeling for him and his family and that.
Definitely. Well, like you said, so local as well. You yourself coming from the Everton Red Triangle Boxing Club as well, and Anthony only a couple of minutes from Goodison Park. There's a real sort of special feeling that you can't replicate that, can you? Doing it on your own turf.
It is. It's amazing. He literally, like I was saying, I couldn't ask for a better debut. Like he couldn't ask for a better career. Like he couldn't ask for to play for anyone better. Do you know what I mean? He's in his own town, as you said, a few minutes away from Goodison. So yeah, he must be buzzing him like.
Definitely, and you mentioned again before about Rafa giving him the minutes, which is great to see.
Yeah, definitely.
And we've asked every guest so far on Everton Live this season, obviously, what you make of the appointment of Rafa Benitez. It's a controversial one, but so far so good. You can't really fault him, can we? Yeah,
like obviously I was the same as most Everton fans before we got him. We didn't really want him, do you know what I mean? That was just the general consensus, obviously, with everything to do with it. But now he is Everton's manager. Like if you support Everton, you support everything to do with Everton. So everyone needs to just get behind him, and I think he's done a brilliant job so far, do you know what I mean? The likes of when we're coming back from 1-0 down and we're coming back to win 3-1, the likes of when we were under Ancelotti, it was half like when you go 1-0 down, it's sort of like there was no hope, do you know what I mean? Whereas with Benitez, he seems to know how to get the lads back rattled up now, like half-time team talks and that. And I think he's doing a good job up to now, and hopefully he can keep proving everyone wrong. And you never know, if he brought some cups back to the city, to Everton, to the ground, he'd be a legend in the club. So yeah, hopefully he can keep proving everyone wrong and everyone stays behind him.
Definitely, and we can see already that he's bringing the best out in this group of players who are arriving at Goodison Park now as we speak. We can get some shots of the players coming in. We mentioned, players that he's brought in before, the likes of Damari Gray, Andros, Townsend, even players like Decore, who of course was already here, but just seems to have taken on to totally new levels of form this season. Yeah. That's down to the manager, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be. He's bringing the best out of the players, and like all of the players, they seem to be like getting behind each other, you know what I mean? And that probably is down to Benitez, and his style of play is a lot more like better offensive than obviously Ancelotti's. So yeah, things are going well, and I'm just looking forward to the game now.
I can't wait. And you know how strange it is, isn't it, Peter, to think of, you're a similar age to me, a couple of years younger, but we'll have grown up watching David Moyes era players, and how funny it is today that David Moyes is in the away dugout and Rafa Benitez is in the home dugout, but two sort of well-respected managers, and both know what Everton want, and you think Moyes will come here and try and frustrate the home crowd as well?
Yeah, of course, you know what I mean? He's West Ham now, and he's going to come, and West Ham are going to put on a good show, which I fully believe that they're going to. It's going to be a tough game for Everton, but it's one I fully believe he can win. Obviously, with all the fans need to get behind the players, and the players need to play in the way they've been playing, or getting behind each other, supporting each other. And yeah, it'd be nice to see the likes of Gray, Townsend, maybe slot a goal or two. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, and I think this crowd, we were speaking off air before, yourself as a fighter,
yeah.
How much more difficult it was to compete, to fight without fans there. What's the difference like as an athlete? Yeah,
it's madness. Like, obviously I boxed behind closed doors quite a few times over the years since coronavirus and that, and it doesn't really feel like a proper fight, if you know what I mean. It feels like a bit of a spar, so obviously for the fans, for the players, it must feel a bit like a training session. That's the way I see it. So, and since obviously me debut and that with the fans there, before like the fight even started, you're just like the level of adrenaline and that, you're just like you're ready to go. Do you know what I mean? So obviously when the players must be walking out to their cars and you can hear all the fans compared to when there's no fans, they must just be 10 times more up for the game. Do you know what I mean? And you can see that this season.
You can tell, can't you? Because like you referred to before as well, Peter, the game Southampton first home game of the season, we found ourselves behind in that game. We found ourselves at home against Burnley and behind in that game as well. Both those games we came on to turn it around and win 3 points in both those games. That's massive. That shows the drive that these fans give the players, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And the atmosphere when it was the Burnley game when Townsend scored that naughty goal was next level, do you know what I mean? So that's what the players need. They need atmospheres like that for them to bring the best out of them. So it's a boss to have the fans back now.
And of course we'll get to it later on as well, but Andros Townsend winning goal of the month, with that absolute belter, that absolute rocket into this goal just behind us.
Fully deserved. It was a whopper of a goal, wasn't it?
It was a whopper of a goal. It was unbelievable, and that feeling, those limbs you get when that ball hit the back of the net, you just can't replicate that. That's something that's so unique to having fans in the stadium, and think we'll get a few of them today?
Hopefully, do you know what I mean? For them to do another one of them, it's going to be another goal of the month contender in it. So it'd be brilliant if he could score another one of them. Like.
Yeah, we'd absolutely love that. Well, we have got team news just around the corner for you. Will it be Andros Townsend on the score sheet again? Will it be Damari Gray, Decore as well, off to an absolute blinder this season? It'll be interesting to see. And of course, we had the press conference from Rafa Benitez. He mentioned there's a good chance that Luca Dean and Seamus Coleman will be available. Yeah, how important will those two be for today's team?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Ben Godfrey was playing right back when he done well, but he seemed to be a bit out of position, do you know what I mean? So to have Coleman back on the wing, up and down the wing, and he's a great player right back, so it'd be good to obviously have him back, yeah.
Yeah, and Yerry Mina as well, of course.
Yerry Mina as well.
Be available.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant, hasn't he?
He has. A few seconds earlier, if Davies passed the pass a few seconds earlier, do you know what I mean? He would have been on the score sheet himself, and on a different day, we would have won that game against Man U, but no, it was a good game against Man United, yeah.
Well, it says a lot, doesn't it, that, you know, we've come away from Old Trafford kind of proud and satisfied with the performance, but there's a real feeling underlying of disappointment that we didn't come away with the 3.
Yeah, on a different day, we would have come away with the 3 points, you know what I mean? I know, obviously, Mina was offside, but as I said just then, Davies put the pass that a few seconds earlier, and Davies would have been the hero of the game, he would have been like, well done, and obviously we would have won 2-1, but was happy with the point, like, because we put up a good show against Man U, obviously at their stadium. So yeah, it was a good point to come away with. But obviously we were all disappointed we didn't come away with the 3.
Definitely. Well, a point's something. And what did you make of that celebration as well, Andros Townsend?
It was. I'd probably give him about a 6 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? He gave it a good goal, but it weren't the best. Like.
I was laughing. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw what he said afterwards, where he said when he looked up at the clock and saw that it was only 65 minutes, he thought Ronaldo's got a good half hour here to try and make him look an idiot. But,
I know. He had a good goal, though.
Yeah, thankfully it wasn't to be. But team news, as we said, counting down to that now. Just 3 minutes away from getting that starting 11 to face West Ham. And on West Ham as well, Peter, what do you make of their team? They've got some real danger men in there, haven't they?
They have. They've got the likes of Antonio, obviously Souček in the middle, and they've got a bit of pace as well on the wings, do you know what I mean? So Everton need to be on the ball today, do you know what I mean? And just obviously try and shut them down. But Antonio's been on fire and he's put a few goals away this season for them. So to keep him under control and we should be sound.
Oh, that's it. I think you're right. He's definitely one to watch out for. And Koufal and Souček as well. You know, they seem to be a team that can pop up with goals from all over the park.
You've got Ben Rama, Bowen, there's a few good players, but nothing that we can't deal with, the mighty Blues, do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Nothing that we can't deal with here at Goodison Park in front of our home crowd as well. And of course, the place and position we find ourselves in the table this stage of the season, 7 games in, you know, we're only a couple of points off top spot.
I know.
It's motivation, isn't it? I think if we win this, we go 4th.
Yeah, we do, 1,000,000%. We just need to obviously stay quite high up the table now till January, and then in January make a few good signings, and we're good to go then.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin missing. They're big losses, but hopefully we'll see them back in the team.
Yeah, they are very big losses, but we still are performing well, like with them not here, do you know what I mean? So imagine when they do come back, do you know what I mean? They're the 2 main men, aren't they? So I'm looking forward to them getting back, and hopefully they can get back ASAP.
Well, you just said there, that's something to look forward to. I think, you know, a lot of us were maybe concerned a bit about where the goals might come from when the 2 main forward men have been missing for a good few weeks. But that's something for me that's certainly so pleasing this season. That again, you said about West Ham, we're the same. We've got goals coming in from all over the park, haven't we?
That's what I mean. And obviously we thought we was going to miss them loads. We are missing them, but the lads are still performing. We're still getting goals. We're still getting points, getting wins, and that. So it's good to see.
Definitely, and someone who might be in the starting 11 today, given the injuries, is Salomon Rondon as well. Obviously, he might have struggled to find his feet a little bit in the early games. He's been thrown in right at the deep end.
He has,
A battling performance at Old Trafford that I think got a lot of respect off the fans.
He did, yeah, definitely. He's just gaining his fitness and gaining his sharpness, you know what I mean? Obviously, as you said, he's been thrown in at the deep end, and he could have been given a bit more time to get... myself, I'd say get me eye in boxing, do you know what I mean? Just to maybe get his touch in, whatever, but so he's been through in at the deep end, he's gaining his fitness on the pitch, do you know what I mean? So yeah, we've just got to give him a bit of time, and I'm sure he'll get better.
And how good would it be for him to get a goal at Goodison Park as well, to sort of really break him into
definitely,
the team?
you know what I mean? the first goal he gets at Goodison Park, he's gonna realise what it's like to be an Everton player. Do you know what I mean? And the atmosphere is next level, and do you know what I mean? Depending on what end he scores.
Best place in the world. Well, we have got the team news for you. It is just about to drop, and starting with the mighty Blues of Everton. So in goal we have Jordan Pickford, Michael Keane, Alan, who's been superb this season as well, Damari Gray, Luca Dean returns after a minor injury. That's really great to see. Andros Townsend, Abdoulaye Doucouré, who again has been absolutely superb this season. Alex Iwobi has returned to fitness, which is great to see. Ben Godfrey, Seamus Coleman, the captain, has returned, and that man we were just talking about as well, Salomon Rondon. So let's get a look at the substitutes for the Blues today. Asmir Begovic, we've got Harry Tyra, John Joe Kenny, Mason Holgate, Yerry Mina, Anthony Gordon, Jean-Philippe Gabamin, Tom Davis and Lewis Dobbin, again, who recently made his pro debut for Everton. Now a look at the visitors in West Ham, of course. David Moyes, ex-manager in charge. We've got Lucas Fabianski in goal, Aaron Cresswell. Kurt Zouma makes a return to Goodison Park. Pablo Fornals, Michael Antonio, the guy we were just talking about, Danger Man. Jared Bowen, Angelo Ogbonna, Said Benrahma, Thomas Souček, Benjamin Johnson and Declan Rice in there as well. And a look at the substitutes for the Hounds today. We have Ariola Yarmolenko, who's been a thorn in the side of Everton a few times in the past. Manuel Lanzini, Nikola Vlasic, who also makes a return to Goodison Park. Craig Dawson, Issa Diop, Arthur Masuaku, Harrison Ashby and Jamal Baptiste as well. So those are your two teams for this afternoon's game. So we'll start and dissect that then, Peter. Massive pluses, I guess, having Luca Dean back in there, Seamus Coleman, Alex Iwobi, Rondon starts as well. Any players that you want to pick out from that starting 11 there?
Yeah, it's nice to have Coleman back, as we mentioned before, and Rondon in the starting 11. It'd be nice to see him put a goal away today. Do you know what I mean? To break his way into Goodison Park properly. Yeah, and it's nice to obviously see Anthony Gordon on the bench. I wouldn't mind him coming on, getting a few more minutes. You know what I mean? He put up a good show in the Man United game. Yeah, and as you mentioned, just need to look out for Antonio, keep him controlled. Do you know what I mean?
I think, do you know what's a nice thing as well though this season? Say we absolutely don't want this to happen, but when we do go behind in a game, and we spoke about this before, you do still feel like we're going to turn it around and come out and get the win, and it hasn't always felt like that, has it?
Nah, it hasn't. Like, obviously, we mentioned before, under Ancelotti, it was very negative. Do you know what I mean? Even when we go 1-0 ahead, he'd seem to change it up and go like defensive and that, you know what I mean? And obviously we lost a few games last season through that, but under Benitez the players just seem a lot more motivated. They seem a lot happier on the pitch. It's like a proper Everton team playing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We're attacking well, and yeah, they seem to be working hard for each other. And obviously when the goals are going in, when they're celebrating that, they all look. All of them just look made up for each other, and it's just nice to see as an Everton fan.
There's a togetherness, isn't there? And it's something that as Evertonians we're all about.
Yeah, definitely.
To be fair to Rafa Benitez, I think he's identified that really well, that we want to see that hard fighting, offensive, attacking football. We don't want to see the side-to-side passing backwards. We want to go for it, and we're really seeing that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. It's as you said, it's great to see as an Everton fan, and the atmosphere at the games are unbelievable nowadays.
Absolutely, and speaking about unbelievable atmospheres, there wasn't half one of those when this goal went in a couple of weeks ago. Let's have a look at Andros Townsend, winner of the Premier League Goal of the Month.
Townsend, he certainly can shoot from distance too. Boy, can he shoot from distance!
It was incredible, and they just scored not long before that, so they went 1-0 up, and we scored within a 6-minute period. And honestly, the atmosphere was electric, and especially the fact that we've had no fans for 18 months. That was up there with one of the best atmospheres I've ever witnessed. That sort of period where we went from 1-0 down to 3-1 up and cruising. So the position I pick up here is where the manager sort of wants his wingers to play, like in the pockets in between the line of midfield and defence. Dukes finds me. It's actually, I take a bad touch, able to recover it. I look left, there's nothing there. I thought, why not have a go? And yeah, thankfully on this occasion, it went into the top corner and set us off to an amazing victory. My last goal from outside the box was May 2018 or 19, so it's been a while, and all of a sudden I get a compilation of my goals, a lot of them from outside the box, and within a few days I score a cracker. So confidence, belief, visualisation, obviously it must play a part in what happened against Burnley.
We haven't moved since we started talking. No?
Me and Peter just saying there, our legs are going here, stood on this cold concrete, you got to stay nice and nimble.
Yeah.
Talking about staying nimble, like you were, your pro fight, as we just spoke about before, last weekend, that's where you're up to now, but take us back for those watching. I'm sure loads of us know loads about your career, but you've had quite the rise, haven't you?
Yeah, they have. Obviously joined Everton Tiger when I was 10, won loads of national titles from the age of 13 to 17, 18, right through from schoolboy to senior, and at the end of, obviously when I was boxing on club shows, and I joined Team GB, and I won a Youth Olympic bronze medal out in China, and then I turned senior then, and throughout the Olympic cycle, Tokyo Olympic cycle, I won a European gold, Commonwealth gold. But when I won the Commonwealth gold, Everton was all over it. It was come on the pitch at half time, and I can't remember exactly what game it was. But
you medal on that.
Yeah, it was a belter. I was walked out on the pitch, holding me medal up on that. It was boss, got a boss reception and that off everyone. Then I won 2 world bronze medals, and then obviously qualified for the Olympics in 2020. Went the Olympics 2021. Didn't quite go as planned. You know what I mean? I believed in myself that I could have brought a medal back, but it weren't meant to be. And then come home and then had my pro debut on one of the best shows in Liverpool for years, and it's boss for Everton to be acknowledging it again. It's great to have the club behind me.
Absolutely. So you've got plenty of bronze medals in there, world titles, European golds, world bronzes, and now to turn pro. There's a whole reel of things that you should be proud of there. Do you have a proudest moment so far to date?
Yeah.
A whole reel of things that you should be proud of there. Do you have a proudest moment so far to date?
Yeah, I don't know what the proudest moment's probably when I won the Europeans in 2017. I boxed the Ukraine, boxed a lad from Ukraine in Ukraine.
So you were up against it in a lot of ways there.
It was chocker. The gaff was chocker, just full of Ukrainians.
Hard place to fight that as well, I'd imagine, yeah.
What made it so special for me was I was the first and only now, no one still hasn't done it, it was only a few years ago, but I was the first Scouser to win an amateur European gold medal. So to do that with like what the fighters would have come out of the city, like world champions and that, it was just a special moment, you know what I mean? It was like it's going down in history, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was a belter. That was the best moment to date.
It's incredible putting Liverpool on the map as well. Like
that's
you
the
said,
one, yeah.
The first and only Scouser there.
Yeah.
And the Ukrainians, they're a tough crowd.
Nah, they are.
What was it like when you won there? How did the crowd take to you in that?
Yeah, you know what? I can't fully remember because I was just like, I said to myself the night before, like I said, like this kid's not beating me now in my own head. And I said, when I win, I'm going to scream into the camera, ERT, ERT, ERT. That's like me gym, Everton Triangle. So just as soon as I won and they raised my arm and that, I was just screamed went over to the camera and just screamed ERT, ERT. So it was boss, you know what I mean? It was a belter.
Absolutely. ERT and EFC. We're back to Everton now, and this week we did our If You Know Your History 5K run.
A great occasion. We've got over 600 people taking part today, 400 here in person, 200 plus virtually, and it's a great occasion to be able to celebrate mental health. A lot of the time we can sometimes put a negative slant on mental health and discuss things like depression, anxiety, but today we want to celebrate it to ourselves. Mental health is about people coming together, connecting, getting involved in dancing activities, music, and it's a whole celebration of people being together today, and this will help to feed into the People's Place in terms of helping to raise funding, but also to help raise awareness of what the People's Place is all about. We're providing a mental health hub, a space where people can come together and take part in various activities to help improve mental health and to help support with suicide prevention.
I'm delighted that Everton are getting their building, because I think it's you know, they've been at the forefront of mental health for years before any other club, and I think it's really important that, you know, Everton set the standards for people to follow, like they always do in the community. And I think it's been, I've been really pleased with what they've done and trying to get the building together. I think it's going to save lives.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off you go!
I think the nice thing about today is being back and being able to do it in person after the last 18 months. Obviously we took part in the first one last year, was virtual, so great to see so many people here again, and it's a really positive event, so really kind of humbled always to be a part of something like this, so it's really good.
It's amazing to see all kids doing it and all kinds of different people doing it, so it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great route, and yeah, the babies had the balls.
Mental health care is paramount, especially at this time. But Everton and community have supported it for many years. We've supported through the Hillsborough campaign as well, and you know, I've been part of that for 32 years. And I know the trauma of mental health illness, and this cause is absolutely fantastic in getting people through that.
Brilliant stuff, and a massive congratulations to everybody who took part in that 5K. If you know your history for Everton in the community, I'm delighted to be joined by a very special guest, Deacon from the Men's Tour Club, who has just completed a walk from Bramley-Moor Dock to Goodison Park. Talk to us a little bit about that, Jay.
Yeah, basically we got guys together to go for a walk today before the game. So we got the guys to meet us up at Bramley-Moor, and we just walked up to Goodison. Just to raise awareness for men's mental health, really.
Well, I've spoken to you before in the past. I've had the pleasure of speaking to you on other podcasts and stuff, and you are such a strong advocate for mental health and men's mental health, and you really took this initiative, didn't you, to encourage men particularly to talk, and the importance of men talking and opening up about their mental health and if they might be struggling. Yeah,
you know, I set it up last year in February. Basically, I just thought there's a need, you know, to be an outlet for guys to kind of have a safe space to talk about, you know, the problems. And obviously we do a lot of walks and play football and stuff, and it's just grown a lot over the past 18 months. And obviously, you know, working with Everton today is just like the pinnacle for me, like best thing ever. So to know that your club are backing you is a really special feeling.
Well, you're an absolute diehard Evertonian. You get to all the games that you can, and you know, we all know how much having this community around us can help support our mental health as well, doesn't it? But coming the game and seeing people is a big part of that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, a year ago I messaged the club and the fans forum because I was missing the match myself a lot, and I knew that a lot of other guys were, you know, like me. So I said, you know, is there anything we can do to help people? And you know, the idea was that when lockdown kind of eased, we was going to try and like do a little walk and an event, and obviously there's been a few obstacles along the way, but we've got there today, and you know, we've had 40 guys roughly come and join us today, which is, you know, amazing.
That's incredible. 40 people joining together over the love of the Blues, over, you know, trying to support each other, and of course, what a great route to do from our future to our current. And you know, how was that feeling?
Yeah, it's just, you know, it was amazing just to, you know, go from our future home to, you know, our current home that we all love. And, you know, we had guys from like different backgrounds and ages all just mixing together. And basically just raising awareness to let guys know that it's okay to talk, and, you know, we're there. If you want to join us on a men's walk or want to play football, you know, get in touch.
Absolutely. And just for everybody watching as well, where is it that they can go to find out more, to get in touch with yourself and to get involved?
Yeah, we're on Instagram and Twitter at talkup_. Got it on my arm there. And talkup@outlook.com is our email. Just give us a follow or a message if you want to join in, and I'm sure Everton will be putting something on the website as well from today. So
absolutely, the club will be covering that and making sure there's directions for how you guys can get in touch with Jay and other people from Talk Hub as well, because it is so important, isn't it, that we try and shake this stigma. We all suffer with mental health. At times it's better, at times it's worse, but there is no shame in it. It's something that we all go through, and it's something that we all need to be able to reach out and arm to another and support each other through. And, you know, that people really aren't on their own, because I think sometimes when you're struggling, you can feel like you're the only person in the world who feels like it, and simply you're not. There are other people going through it, aren't there?
Yeah, definitely. It's just, you know, letting people know there's an outlet there for, you know, to talk about things. And, you know, if you do need to have a chat, you know, there's people out there who are willing to listen and signpost you to the right help.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everything you're doing for men and men's mental health. Make sure that you get involved at Talk Hub, whether it's going for a walk, having a chat, playing some football. Yeah, fantastic stuff, Jay. Thank you ever so much.
No problem.
Everton Live.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pleasure. Well, let's have a little closer look at our opposition today in West Ham.
Calvert-lewin is on the end of that through ball and puts Everton in front. What a fine finish from Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, so some great memories there against the Hammers over the years. And we were talking earlier as well, Peter, about David Moyes. We grew up watching that kind of David Moyes era. Yeah. He's obviously the manager of the opponents today, so we know we're going to be in for a tough match.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But we were just talking then about our favourite players, weren't we, from that era? Timmy Cahill. You've been messaging, did you say he's been replying to some of your tweets?
No, yeah, so obviously, I think when I went on the pitch with my Commonwealth Games medal, I... in the corner, literally this corner here.
Yeah.
Got a picture now punching the flag.
Oh, doing the
like a celebration. And only the other day, Everton tweeted it, and it must have obviously put Tim Cahill on it, and he replied to the tweet. So it's like mad to think, like, obviously I grew up idolising him, and he's just obviously he put like a few blue hearts and hashtag blue family.
Oh.
So obviously he knows who I am now, do you know what I mean? So we must be doing something right.
That's absolutely class, and the fact that you got to do the goal celebration, the punching of the corner flag is absolute belter. But what a team that was, and that's something that Moyes did so well at Everton, and I think he's doing it at West Ham. He's identifying good players that are the right fit with the right attitude. But do you think we will have enough to beat this David Moyes West Ham side today?
I think that we have, I would never bet against Everton, do you know what I mean? As I said, it's a fighter's mentality in it, and obviously with the crowd behind us now, it's I fully believe that we're going to beat them, and I reckon it's going to be a 2-0 win.
Oh, you've done it now. You've said it, 2-0, clean sheet. I'll take that all day. You can just hear the applause here now. So the West Ham fans are just applauding actually at the moment. The away team have entered onto the field, so our Blues won't be too far behind them. I'm sure about that. 2-0 then. Can I get you to give us the goal scorers, or is that too far?
No, I'm going to go with Deacon and Gray.
Deacon
assist and a goal, actually. He's flying, isn't he?
He is absolutely flying, and you've just made my link absolutely so much easier for me mentioning Deacon, because here he is on the spot, Abdoulaye Deacon.
Childhood hero.
Ronaldo.
Favourite place in the world.
Arabie Saoudite.
Favourite Scouse phrase.
Lads.
Best centre midfielder in the world.
N'Golo Kanté.
Funniest in the squad.
Yeremina.
Pre-match meal.
Pasta, chicken.
Favourite shape of pasta.
Shape. Spaghetti.
Favourite sports event.
Roland Garros.
Best dressed, Tom or Don?
Tom.
Best DJ in the dressing room.
Mason.
Olympic event that you'd be best at.
10,000 meters.
Hardest player at Everton.
Lucas.
Favourite sport that isn't football.
Tennis.
Toughest opponent.
Toughest opponent, Man City.
Favourite food.
Noodles.
Best haircut at Everton.
Mason.
Can you play an instrument?
No.
Favourite film.
Gladiator.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Invisible or able to fly?
Invisible.
Any pets?
Cats.
I feel like you just can't help but smile when you listen to Deacon. He's just a belter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a belter.
And obviously you know, identified him as one to watch today, goal scorer and assist, which, to be honest, I think, you know, is a very good prediction given the season he's having. He looks like a different player, doesn't he, from last season?
Yeah, he does. He's just like he's box to box every game, and he's as you said, he's getting loads of assists. He's putting the goals away as well. So he's a proper force for our team, and brilliant to have it in the squad.
Yeah, and I think how important it has been as well, having Alan alongside of him, kind of protecting that back four a little bit as well, and allowing him to get forward a little bit more and do his thing.
Alan's another great player. He's very hard working, senses the danger well, and shuts a lot of, obviously, the opponent's plays down, do you know what I mean? And them two together are brilliant to have in the midfield.
They look the business as well, don't they?
They
I just love that Alan tucks his shirt into his shorts. Like, for me, that is the sign of a proper footballer.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's belter. But his goal as well, even, you know, epitomises how he's playing the season. The first game of the season here, Southampton at home. That beautiful little pirouette that he did, fires it into the top corner in the Gladys Street.
Boss, wasn't it?
It was boss. We'd take another one of them today, wouldn't we?
Yeah, 1,000,000%, if not two.
Yeah, if not two. That's it, absolutely.
Put it out there in the universe, innit, and it'll come to us.
Law of attraction here. Me and
one.
Peter are putting it into the universe now. I'll tell you what, if I could bet on it, I might put a bet.
I know.
But no, you're confident that Everton will get a win there
Yeah,
today?
I am, definitely. We, as I've said loads of times, just make sure the fans get behind the players, and the players keep playing the way they're playing. They're all behind each other, they're all supporting each other and all working hard, and obviously Benitez give them the right team talk, and It's a 2-0 win, therefore.
Oh, I'm all for that. Absolutely love that. And obviously we've seen the bench earlier as well. We've got a good few of the youngsters on the bench there again, the likes of Gordon, Dobbin, Tyra as well. Like, would you like to see any of them get on the pitch?
Yeah, I'd like to see Gordon, I'd like to see Dobbin get a few minutes, you know what I mean? It's great that Benitez is giving the young players a chance, you know what I mean? To obviously, if he does give them a chance today, it'd be great to see. It's boss for him to bring the young players through, and obviously pushing forward for the rest of the season. Obviously, the more minutes they get, it's obviously going to be better for them.
Definitely. And do you think that gives the crowd a bit of a boost as well when you see so many of the academy players on the bench? Like, there is something so rewarding, isn't there, about seeing players come through and make it onto this pitch at Goodison Park?
Yeah, definitely. It obviously means a lot for the fans, you know what I mean? We're bringing our own through. Obviously, you've got the likes of Gordon, who is actually a scouser. For him to come through from the academy, it's great. And obviously, the more minutes Benitez gives him, the better for him. And obviously, it's great for the fans to see as well.
Definitely. We've got a brilliant squad and a real togetherness. And let's have a look some more at that now with teammates.
I think Jordan Pickford is quite funny without trying to be funny. He's guaranteed to give you a laugh a day or something. But yeah, probably Jordan.
The finish, can say Yeremina. Yeah, he's always joking and yeah, it's very good to be around him.
Delphi for me. I'm in this change room at the moment and everything he says is hilarious. So Delphi, John Joe's funny as well.
Funniest is a few, you know. There's a few, I'd say. Tom, Ben Goffey, get on with Ben, makes you laugh.
Ben said you.
Did he? Yeah, we get on well, you know. It's a dangerous duo. So yeah, I'd say them two, you make me laugh. Makes you laugh as well, so.
I think Jordan's funny. He don't mean to be, but I think he's funny.
Funniest, Abdoulaye Doucouré.
Who's got good jokes? Got Mason Holgate.
We've got quite a funny squad, but I'd go John Joe Kenny. I think it's because Scouse humour, I get him, so yeah, I'd go John Joe.
Tom Davis, because he's always clowning around. Alex Iwobi makes me laugh.
Davis, yeah.
I'm going to say Mason Holgate's the funniest. He's got some good jokes, and we go on.
Funniest, I'd have to go for my mate Tom.
John Joe Kenny. Yeah, Scouse humour. We're similar, but it makes me laugh every day.
Lovely stuff there from the Everton players with teammates. But I have another guest now, and I am delighted to be joined by artist, illustrator, Marvel absolute legend, Will Sliney, and massive Evertonian as well, of course. Now, Will, if you just want to introduce yourself to people that might know, I'm sure most people know a lot about your work, but you've done a few bits with Everton.
Well, they certainly know the characters I would have worked on, I suppose. So yeah, no, I've worked for Marvel for about 9 or so years. I've drawn about 5 years of Spidey. I've been working on Star Wars for the last little while, and thankfully that opened the door for me to get to do a lot of work for the club over the years. So I've had a lot of fun doing program covers, kit launches. We have a nice mural over there in the corner. So. And the last game I was actually at, I got to do the cover with Richarlison on it as well. So it's always nice to draw the players.
Incredible. I've actually got that programme at home as well. So yeah, I should have brought that over for you to sign that for you there. So next time I think I'll get that. Did you do Seamus Coleman one as well?
Seamus Coleman, his family have all my pig drawings up on the wall at home. I've done him so many times. I might have snuck him into a few Spider-Man comics as well, but I'm not supposed to really say that. So
is that like a hidden Easter egg you've just given us there?
I can't confirm it.
Yeah. You can neither confirm nor deny that Seamus Coleman is knocking around in loads of Marvel comic books, which is just incredible, and I'm going to definitely research on that as well. Yeah. But you just mentioned there as well the mural there in the park end with Everton greats, past, present. Have you got a favourite piece of art that you've done for Everton?
The thing about drawing is you always love the latest one that you do, and you're always learning stuff. I really liked doing the Richarlison piece because in order to do it, I got to meet him and I actually got to have a bit of a kick around with him at Finch Farm. I just made the excuse of, I really need that to get an authentic drawing to see him
motions.
So it was lovely. I was crossing a few balls for him to hit in and stuff, so that was really enjoyable. Some of the early stuff is very memorable because I never thought I'd get access to the club that way. I've always been coming over from Ireland, getting the ferry for matches when I was younger, and now you'll pop over on a flight or whatever. So, and it was Seamus I got to do for the first. They did like a special kids magazine. It's about 6 or 7 years ago now. So, just the moment of getting to do something for Everton is like is an absolute like. My career highlights will always be Spider-Man and Everton.
Yeah.
You know, those were the two things I loved when I was a kid. So getting to do both was great.
I love that, you know, you've got someone here who's worked on Spider-Man, Star Wars, all these massive, massive franchises, some of the most famous things in the world, and still one of your, you know, main honours is doing stuff with this club that you love so much.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, it's an honour to have you here today,
Thank
Will.
you so much.
It really is. And are you looking forward to this game against West Ham?
I can't wait. Just being back, even like hearing the crowd and everything is amazing. I can't wait to hear the siren. You know, like it's actually my first time leaving Ireland since post-lockdown. You know,
wow.
So you know it's all quite new to me to get to go back and do this. So it's nice. One of the first places to come is back to Goodison. So it's lovely to be here.
I absolutely love that. What a special occasion then. The first time you've left the motherland is to come back to Goodison Park, which I suppose is a home from home, really, isn't it, Will?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And do you see us getting a win today? Obviously, Everton are doing really well so far this season.
Yeah, like I really want to experience the atmosphere of winning, like at this level inside the Premier League as well. Like it would be fantastic. So really, really hope so. I think it's going to be a brilliant game. I think it's going to be a really, really tough game. Yeah. It's going to be strange, of course. I'm sure it's been mentioned many times, like Moyes in the away dugout as well. You know, but really, really excited for it.
I'm really excited, and if we get a win today, I might be on to you to draw me in a Marvel style. No, it's absolutely fantastic. So we've got all of our guests here now going for a win, which we love to see. Yeah. Can I get a score prediction from you, or is that too far?
No, we'll go for it. I'm going to say 2-1. I know it's a pretty normal score, but that's what I think it is. No, I think it's going to be one of those games that like it'll be tight for ages, and I think we'll get a winner late on. So, yeah.
Take that all day.
I'd love a Seamus Coleman goal. I've never seen him score one live, so that would be quite enjoyable.
Well, that would be so special, and that brings us nicely to our next link, because we have got our captain, Seamus Coleman, speaking to us ahead of this game.
Solomon, first of all, a great start for Everton, a great comeback against Manchester United as well. How is life for Everton, and why is it going so well so far?
You know, every week we are working really, really hard. Every training session, we have to do our best to keep going. Of course, against Manchester United, we come back, we get a point there in Old Trafford, but it's just like that. We have to keep going. We have to be focused in the next game, and today we have West Ham.
Tell me about this 100% record that you have at home as well. Obviously, fans being back in the stadium helps, but why is it you're so strong here this season?
You know, it's always the same. At home, we have to do our best. We have to get the 3 points anyway, and we have to show our character and our ambition to keep going forward.
West Ham also a dangerous team, looking for the same kind of finish as you are this season as well, that top 6 finish. What makes them dangerous, and how do you plan on beating them?
You know, every game in the Premier League is so difficult, so hard. Many teams have very good players. We have to carry on with attitude, with ambitions, and we have to, like I said before, just get the 3 points here, and that's all.
Well, as you can clearly see, that was not Captain Seamus Coleman. That was Salomon Rondon. Apologies there. But it was good to hear from him ahead of this game, and it'd be great to see him open his account for Everton. But Peter is back with me now, and Peter, the Blues are on the pitch behind us. The crowd are really getting going now.
Yeah.
Excited now?
Yeah, can't wait, you know, looking forward to the start of the game. The lads got a little cheer and a little clap off everyone when they come out, so yeah, I'm looking forward to Z cars coming on now and the lads walking out.
I know, do you know what? That Z cars, it's the siren now that's been added, hasn't it? Since Ben, you had it for his walk-in, and then now I just get goosebumps every time I hear that.
It's posh, isn't it?
Well, we were talking about yours being Top Loader, Dancing in the Moonlight, which is a heavy tune, I think we can all agree.
I couldn't rob Z cars off Bellew, that's his, innit? Leave that for him.
Would you have words for that one?
Possibly, maybe in the future, if I was to box up Bramley Moore, I'll have to ask for his permission, won't I? Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure the Bomber would let you have that one.
I know. I'd still ask for his permission. I wouldn't want to go behind his back. Do you know what I mean?
We'll get that arranged. We'll arrange that conversation. That would be fantastic to have it ringing out in Goodison Park, and then you carrying the torch and the legacy to Bramley Moore Dock would be incredible. You just got a little look there at Abdoulaye Doucouré as well on the screen at the moment. Some of his stats this season are just unbelievable, and you know, really looking forward to seeing him play. He's got some engine, hasn't he?
I was about to say his stamina's unbelievable as well, and then you took the words out of him out. Yeah, he has. He's got some engine on him, like.
I bet like he'd be an interesting person to do some S&C training with, wouldn't he?
He would, and on the talk of saying with people, I've seen Ben Godfrey, a little video of him floating about on the pads. But if I was a bit bigger myself, I'd probably get him in the gym for some sparring, do you know what I mean?
I was just going to say...
I think I'm a bit too small, to be honest. He's massive, isn't he?
Oh, he's an absolute unit, isn't he, Ben Godfrey?
Yeah.
But I think that would be some decent content, that. I think we've got to make that happen at some point.
It would. I'll have to give him a little session, innit?
If I get in trouble with your coaching with Rafa Benitez, though, you used to, like, firing shots at each other.
End up with black eyes and that.
Absolutely. Well, we've got John Pickford there on the screen as well. He's having a superb season so far. How much would he love to keep a clean sheet? Of course, that's what you predicted as well.
1,000,000%. He'd love to keep a clean sheet. He seems a lot more concentrated this season. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there was made a few mistakes last season, but I don't think it was down to ability myself. I think it was more just a lack of concentration and that. And he looks a lot more switched on this season, and he seems to have turned it around. So yeah, I know he'll be 1,000,000% looking to keep a clean sheet.
Well, again, another example, I think, of how the manager has helped develop people and just, maybe calmed them down a little bit.
Yeah.
And he just seems like he's the Jordan Pickford that we know he's capable of being, and he's kept that form up for a while, hasn't he?
He has. He seems a lot more mature now under Benitez. So, as you said, it's another thing Benitez is another positive that bringing Benitez in.
Yeah, definitely. It's been fantastic. Andros Townsend there as well. 3 goals in the Premier League so far, 30 crosses, 2 assists in 7 appearances. Those are some stats, them, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. He was a very, very clever signing off Benitez, and he's been brilliant.
And the 2 of them cost less than 2 million. Damari Gray and Andros Townsend.
Yeah.
I will never get bored of talking about that.
I know.
It's absolutely mental to think, and obviously there's been a lot of talk about finances spent and stuff like that, but for Benitez to bring in those 2 players who arguably have been the most impressive this season, that's a promising sign, isn't it, as well?
Oh, it is. I reckon he's obviously sat down and had a look at the team and that, and he must have seen that we were a bit shorter in the wider areas, weren't we? So for him to bring them 2 in, and as you said, under 2 million, it was very, very, very clever from him.
Brilliant stuff, and hopefully we'll see plenty more smart signings like that from Rafa Benitez in the future. But Peter McGrail, thank you so much for joining me today on Everton Live. Have you enjoyed yourself?
It's been boss. Thanks for having me. It's been a belter, and I'm looking forward to doing it again sometime here in the future.
Definitely, we'll get you on again, and best of luck with your career. I know there'll be thousands of Evertonians watching this right behind you.
Yeah, that's the one.
So all that's left to do is thank you for that today, and introduce the pre-match interview from Rafa Benitez. Here he is.
Rafa, first of all, let's focus on the team that you've put out there today. You've got 2 changes today. Seamus Coleman comes back in, Alex Iwobi. How much of a boost is that for your team?
I think it's always important to have good players on the pitch, and especially someone that is the captain and then has been here for a while and is a leader, more or less, around the team.
David Moyes and this West Ham side, what have you made of their start to the season, and how much of a threat and a danger are they to you today?
I think they are doing really well. They did well last year, they are doing well this year, and then they are very dangerous. They are very dangerous in possession, but also in the counter-attack.
What is it you think you've changed about this Everton side, which means you've got this 100% record at home and such a great start?
Yeah, I think that the players, they give everything. The fans appreciate that, and then this coordination or communication between players and fans is giving us maybe an extra mile that allow us to win the games.
If you win today, it'll be a big moment for the club because it will mean the best start to a Premier League campaign, also the best start to a top flight since the late 70s. But what would it mean to you and your ambitions?
If we win, we'll be really pleased, and then we will start thinking about the next game. Means, to be fair, means nothing at the end. So it's important to have good starts, good records, but the main thing is to be sure that at the end of the season we are where we want to be.
So that is what the boss has had to say ahead of this game. It's West Ham. Kickoff is just around the corner now. A big thank you to all our guests today, Peter McGrail, Jay Deacon and Will Sliney as well, who have been fantastic. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Join us next time. But to finish on now, just a reminder that there is no room for racism in football or in any walks of life.
This is Premier League football. And there's no room for racism anywhere. We monitor abuse in the stands, where racism will not be tolerated. With dedicated teams, we will continue to investigate discrimination online. And now, those found guilty will be banned from every Premier League stadium. When it comes to fighting racism, rivalries don't matter. Thank you for your support. We will continue to take action. But we can all do more. We all need to tackle this together. Challenge it, report it, change it. There's no room for racism anywhere.